Hey, welcome everybody here to the DA Wrestling Podcast. Here, I am Andrew Purcell, as well as my friend Doug. He's currently though right out here, but he will be joining us in the next few seconds though. Let's let you know this is the opening for the Raw review. Fortunately, we did simultask together between the World's End review as well as the Raw review, so hence the reason why we're getting my face first. Anyway, enjoy the show, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Enjoy.
Now
So
we're just gonna get into Raw, man. A
let's just get into
big
Monday
show
Night
tonight.
Raw.
Big show tonight from San Diego, California.
Yeah, we're
Uh,
going Raw day one.
yep. Now let's just quickly go in order here. Nia Jax beat Becky Lynch clean.
Yeah, that was the opening match of the card.
Yeah,
Um, I
I
I can't
can
believe they're gonna
say I
drag. I
didn't.
can't believe they're gonna drag this.
I can say I didn't see that coming.
No,
But
that's why I said I can't believe they're gonna drag this because in my mind Becky Lynch was gonna win that match and that was the end of it. And no, they're gonna drag this on 100%. Might be having a pay per view. Might be at the Rumble. Right? It'd be
yeah,
interesting to see what
it's
happens. I hope they're not going to try to set up Nia Jax versus Lynch at Mania because I just don't want to see that.
no. I don't think they'll stretch it that long.
No.
I think
Uh,
at most is it Chamber is in France, right?
Chamber is in Australia.
Australia. Okay.
I don't even think Ripley's holding that title straight through. So,
I never once thought that she.
yeah.
So actually, next up was a really kind of scary incident. Um,
Well, before that was actually Cody Rhodes came out
oh, right,
and
challenge
was
Shinsuke.
challenged Shinsuke Nakamura for next week on Raw. Basically says he, break his heart, he threatens Cody to take him out completely, and all those things. It was a cool segment. Nothing really insane happened there. Cody's been named already a wrestler of the year as far as ESPN goes in a lot of places. So he wasn't far off on our list. Like I had him in our top three, and you had him in your top
I
five, I
think
think.
I think he was four for me.
Yeah, so he was my top three, and he was in your top five. So yeah, it was. I've seen a couple of. I think he's on the PWI list for the year. Cody was number one with Rhea number two, and I had Rhea number two.
Yep.
No, two or three of mine, and Cody was in the three. So I wasn't. Both of us weren't really far off from the PW Insiders actual list. We
Right.
just kind of just winged it for the most part.
Right.
So that was
So
interesting. But a scary
yeah.
moment though in the second match of the card, it was Kofi Kingston and Jey Uso versus Vinci and Kaiser of Imperium. Uh, no real winner in this match, but there was a stoppage.
Right. Okay. So I've actually watched this back a couple times.
Yeah,
I mean, they showed a replay of it on Raw.
yeah,
But I guess Vinci went to do like a springboard crossbody,
yeah,
and Kofi drop kicked him out of the air, but he legit kicked him right in the side of the head.
yeah,
And the whiplash he got on that bump did not look good.
no,
The ref immediately called a doctor in who stopped the match
yeah.
with what were pretty sure is going to be a concussion,
More than likely
which,
concussion.
I mean, this guy can't catch a break.
No,
I mean,
he's his WWE career has been kind of marred in injury.
injuries, man. He just came back from one like a few
Yeah,
weeks ago.
yeah, he's going through. I mean, we'll get to her later on down the line, but he's very similar. His career right now is very similar to Tegan Knox's right now.
Yeah.
But we'll get to her shortly. After that
Oh,
match was over, though,
did I miss something then?
yeah, I'll show you. I'll let you know about it. After that, Miz TV came out. Miz came out and introduced the Judgment Day, but in turn, the Judgment Day coming out, it was R-Truth, with which was a very comedic segment, which caused JD and Dominic, Dirty Dom, to come out. And Dom just can't get talking at all. They just boos the shit out of him. He was in San Diego, man. They just booed the crap out of him. Like
Which is his hometown. Poor
him
Dom.
turning on his father was like the best thing and the worst thing for him. Like,
Nobody loves him even in his hometown.
no, like that's the terrible part about it, right? So, but it was led to a match between JD and the JD, Dirty Dom versus the Miz and R-Truth, or the what was he used to call again? The Awesome Truth.
Awesome Truth, yes.
Yeah,
And so it was at this point I actually had to go upstairs to put my son to bed.
yeah,
But I did kind of overhear
yeah.
from downstairs that Miz and Truth
Did win.
were reunited and
Yeah,
they beat JD and Dirty.
yeah.
That's
It was
awesome.
interesting. It was a it was a good fun match. I think
That's
it's same
awesome.
there.
You know what? I could totally see Miz and Truth going after the tag
Oh,
titles.
yeah, yeah. Why not? Right? You might as well.
Why not?
Um,
It's well, apparently we're in the nostalgia days because
yeah.
uh
We'll get to it shortly.
yeah,
Match after that, Ivy Nile versus Rhea Ripley. Very good match on Raw.
I
Very good
caught the
showing.
end of this.
Yes, very good showing of from Ivy Nile. I think she might have.
Rhea wins with the Riptide, but yeah,
Yep,
pretty
very
back and
good.
forth. I liked it.
Very yeah, very good match. Very good showing for Ivy Nile. The girl has a very bright future if she's just given the opportunity like this. I mean, I know, like, I don't think anybody thought she was going to win the title from Rhea, but I think her just the match she put on with Rhea was good. Like, she can go almost strength for strength with Rhea. She is not a slouch. That girl. That girl is legitimately strong as shit. That
Oh,
girl.
well, listen, have you seen some of the videos that she posts on socials?
Yeah, she's
Bro,
extremely strong. That girl.
so like she does this thing with Julius Creed
Yeah,
where she'll do a handstand in his hands
yeah,
and he'll do squats.
yeah. That's insane.
Like, and listen, when I tell you Julius Creed is going to be one of the next big stars in WWE, it's for shit like that.
Yeah,
He
unfortunately,
is freakishly strong.
his brother's going to be the Marty Jannetty. Um, unfortunately, yeah, it's going to happen. Um, After that, they hyped up the whole big return of a WWE champion coming to Raw.
And you know what?
Everyone got,
I saw memes about this all
yeah,
day that it
this,
was gonna be Jinder Mahal, and I actually fell for it.
yeah.
I was like, but
Well,
I did hear Rock was in the area.
yeah. So
So I
she
was
comes
like,
out.
did Triple H actually get the Rock?
Well,
And then out came Jinder. I like
yep,
kind of fell for it.
yep. And then,
But this segment lasted way
yeah,
fucking too long.
yeah. Like it was like the sun was like going interesting. Well, then all of a sudden, all you hear is "If you smell." Also, the Rock comes out. It's a massively huge pop. Still one of the biggest pops in wrestling. I don't give a damn what anybody says. Him and Austin are
He's
still the
one of the
biggest
most
pops.
he's probably the most popular figure in all of entertainment.
Yeah, he comes out, and it was a long segment. It was a really long segment, but with that segment though came a tease
Right at the very
at the
end,
very end.
after Rock hits a spine buster and a people's elbow after
Oh,
like literally like a 15-minute promo
yeah,
between the two.
he puts a
Uh,
tease out saying he's gonna go out to eat in San Diego. And he wants to know the crowd. We should go. Yeah, if he goes to the place to eat, should he go sit at a booth? Should I
at
go
the
sit at
bar.
a bar because the bar likes Roxy to drinks at the bar, or should I sit at the head of the table?
Okay. So that leads me to the answer of the question that you texted me during that segment.
Which the question was, folks, if because you weren't around there for this was a private conversation. The text was Roman Reigns going twice at WrestleMania.
And the answer to that is no. Let me tell you why.
Well, this should be interesting because I'm thinking right now he's going twice, but that would also piss off a certain returned superstar.
So you could do this a couple of ways. Who said Cody has to face Roman to finish the story?
Well, Cody actually did. Cody actually said it because to him, the only title that matters to finish his story is the one that holds reigns. So Cody's the one that said that.
Right. But guess what? his focus is still that title, not Roman Reigns.
I don't know
So,
that.
so
I think it's Reigns'
I
title.
I saw this fantasy booking theory out here,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess here comes our weekly fantasy booking segment.
Sure.
But Orton beats Roman at the Rumble with the help of The Rock.
I'm listening.
Okay, okay. Cody can still win the Royal Rumble, or you can have CM Punk win the Royal Rumble. At that point, it doesn't matter
If
because
if that happens, then yeah, it don't really matter who wins the Rumble then between
right,
Cody and Punk.
right. So now, and it's wild that like when you think about it, does the one what like Roman finally dropping the title, does it have to be at a WrestleMania? Like,
To a certain standpoint, that's kind of what WWE's thing has been. You drop the title at Mania, especially on a long time reign like that. You drop it at Mania, not
right,
necessarily drop it at a SummerSlam or that. You drop it at the biggest show period of the year. I mean, yes, you have the big four pay-per-views, or probably five now, right? If you count Money in the Bank.
hmm
Um, but Mania still is by far the biggest show of the entire year.
of
It's
course,
basically it's the end of their actual season. In other words, what I'm
for
trying to say
sure,
is,
for sure. Um, but I still think like some of the best like non-WrestleManias are ones with huge fucking title changes.
yeah,
You know, like ones you didn't see come.
yeah,
You know, like Orton beating Benoit in Toronto. You
yeah.
said you went. You
I
said you
was
went
there.
to
I was there for that, and nobody thought Benoit was going to lose that title, especially as fast.
in
Well,
Canada.
not let alone in Canada, but like as fast as he did, because he only really held that title for a
It
couple
was
months.
4.5 months,
Yeah, but I don't think anybody thought he was going to lose it that fast. Those two, I think
bro.
anybody thought
He
he was
he
going to.
won it. He won it March 14th. He lost it August the 15th.
Was it March that
Yeah, that
WrestleMania
Mania was
20?
in March. Yeah, he held it for 5 months.
Okay, fair enough. Never mind.
You know,
Still,
so but still, so Rock distracts Roman and causes Orton to win the WWE title,
mhm.
which, by the way, only puts him one behind Flair and Cena.
Yeah, I don't think. I
So
yeah
look at how many stories we're setting up with one finish.
yeah. So okay,
Okay.
I can see where you're going with this.
Right.
I can definitely see where it's going with this because it'll set up the Roman Reigns
And then the
versus Rock match for sure.
Roman Reigns Rock can main event one night of WrestleMania. Then you have Punk and Rollins, no matter how you get to it.
Yeah,
You have Punk and Rollins main event night two. Cody wins the chamber and challenges Randy Orton at WrestleMania for the title.
yeah. You can easily have that match on night one if you wanted to
And
easily.
you kill three birds with one stone.
Yeah, because the Cody and Orton feud would be really good. The
Right.
Punk one and Punk Steve Rollins is always good, and everybody's wanted to see the Reigns versus
The
Rock.
other idea I saw thrown out there was Rock Roman at Elimination Chamber in Australia.
You
And
really
then,
do you really need that for Australia?
well, I mean, they're playing a soccer stadium, aren't they?
Yeah, I think Aussie Football Stadium.
Still, those hold like,
They're huge. Yeah, they're
yeah,
huge.
yeah, they still hold like 60, 70,000 people.
Yeah, it's like a rugby field almost. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
Um.
so like, you can have Reigns beat Orton then, have Cody win the Rumble, but for Roman to get to Cody, he's got to beat The Rock in Australia. Now, does that match need the title? No.
No, absolutely not. And that's the one thing I've said for the longest time. I probably even said it on one of our shows. I don't think the Rock. I don't think that even needs the title. It doesn't need the title actually. It's a big enough match for that. The first Rock versus Cena match never needed the title. The second one needed the title because they needed it as an excuse to have a second match. For this match here, it's gonna be a one-time match. There ain't gonna be no second one coming. It's gonna be
No.
Rock versus Roman.
This is truly going to be once in a lifetime.
Yeah, this is gonna be once in a lifetime. You'll never see it again, right?
Because this is going to be The Rock's last match. I
Yeah, it's gonna be.
guarantee it.
It's if it is, he's going out on his back. But we're not gonna predict this yet until it's announced. And then when we
Anyways,
do a WrestleMania preview predictions, that's when we're going to discuss that for
whenever,
sure.
absolutely. Now, so to answer your question, no, I don't think Roman is wrestling on both nights of WrestleMania because I just gave you, because listen, you're not going to throw Rock Roman in the main event of night one and then Roman Cody in the main event of night two. That's just
No,
not going to happen because first of all right, Seth and Punk, that's a match that can main event a WrestleMania.
that's
Absolutely.
probably going to be night one. I see the Rock Roman being night two.
Okay, so
Because
where?
because I think you'll lose a fair amount of people if you do a night one and you want to have those people there for night two. So I think they're going to do that. They would do that night two.
Both nights are selling incredibly well.
Of course they are. But I think more people, if you know the Rock and Roman are going to be there for night two, that's the match a lot of people are gonna want to see. That's gonna be the one that's gonna be the last match on night two for sure to close out the show. And honestly,
Sure.
we'll get to all that later on. Moving
But
on though.
yeah,
Moving on though, too, because we have we have a little bit more to cover here. Tegan Knox, we registered earlier tonight. Still teaming with Natalia, facing Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. I can't remember who won this one. I think I was up doing something else in the process. Look, I'll be honest with you. I don't like Shayna Baszler a tag team. I want her going for the title. I want her versus Ripley. I think that's the match you want to do. There's nobody else unless you're going to have Jade Cargill there. But there's a lot of rumors floating around right now as to
look
who is coming back. There's rumors right now of Sasha Banks possibly coming back to WWE, but also rumors going to AEW.
now.
That's still yet to be determined on what you do with that.
I heard that talks between them broke down because
I've heard that too.
they were too far apart on money.
Yeah,
So
she's asking Charlotte Flair money.
well, and now like what I'm hearing and what I read like before we got on is she's pretty much imminently going to AEW.
I've heard that too. I saw some kind of post about that is imminent
Yeah.
now. That would be a big boost for AEW's women's division for sure. Unfortunately, some of the women in AEW's division will definitely get pushed around and pushed out. That's just the straight and narrow about it. But there are a few matches there that we'll get to at some point that I'd like to go see with Sasha Banks in AEW or Mercedes Moné. One is with Britt Baker for sure. That'd be a good match. That'd be a good match. But as far as Knox and Hart go, I just don't see the tag team. I'd rather see Tegan Knox be on her own. And quite frankly, I'm tired of Natalia Hart. Neidhart, just tired of her noise the shit out of me.
Got no love for Natty?
No, I just don't. Just don't have a no. Not
She's
anymore.
like the most consistent person there.
She is.
She's been there like 15 years.
She is, but I just don't find her anything. I just don't. Last match of the show. Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. Shenanigans in this one, we almost saw a cash in, which got ended really quickly.
And can I say how brilliant the false finish was?
Oh, with Drew rolling up.
Okay, yeah. So Damien's trying to cash in. Drew comes, nails Priest with a Claymore. What's an end to that?
Yeah.
And for fun, just throws Dom halfway across the arena.
Yeah.
Runs into the ring. Now, mind you, right before this, Priest hit Rollins with the briefcase. So Rollins was kind of loopy.
Groggy at best.
And Drew hits the Claymore. And good job on Seth for bumping as far back as he did to make this work.
Yeah.
Because you know damn well this was a planned spot.
Yeah.
But Drew rolled him up so much off on the Claymore that the top of his foot was touching the bottom rope, which was, I knew as soon as that happened, I'm like, he's losing this.
Yeah.
Because, and sure enough, here comes Rollins. Come back, stomp.
Pedigree on the table.
Yep, pedigree on a table, rolls him in, stomp. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And Seth Rollins retains.
Yeah. Well,
that was kind of like a Super Cena performance out of Seth Rollins, though. Yeah. That was like I find like he's going through that a lot lately with, you know, his title matches, like Nakamura, that kind of stuff. And yeah, it's starting to look very like 2007 John Cena to me.
Well, you know, the whole thing with Rollins going to hold that title probably to Mania, right? So you give him something.
And he's going to lose it to CM Punk gladly.
Yep. And you know what? To be honest with you, Drew doesn't look like he's going to re-sign. I know he signed an extension to get through, but I think he's done after Mania. So we'll just see what happens there. On the show, though, I know Gunther's away. He's had a baby boy or baby girl. Good for him. Congratulations. Boy. Yes, congratulations to Gunther on that. He was on the show, so he's taking a little bit of maternity leave.
I should have said this earlier, but best wishes to Giovanni Vinci.
Yeah.
I've dealt with many concussions. They're not fun to come back from. And I'm not even remotely the athlete he is.
No.
So I can only imagine.
Hopefully he's fine. Hopefully everything turns out fine. Next week's Raw, return to CM Punk. Now this Rollins match is over, we're going to start probably moving towards that. And we'll see what happens with that feud starts going forward, more than likely. Next week as well, Cody Rhodes versus Shinsuke Nakamura. That's probably going to be something.
The main event.
Yeah, most likely. I'm really hoping Shinsuke wins that, but I just don't see it in the cards. It was a good Raw day one. This week's SmackDown is Revolution. That should be very interesting now with The Rock back, and I'm sure there will be mentioning The Rock. I don't know if he'll be on SmackDown, but I know he will probably be mentioned by our tribal chief.
Oh, hold on. I just thought of something. I think we'll get our answer at the Royal Rumble as to whether or not The Rock's in for WrestleMania or Elimination Chamber, whichever one his schedule fits.
Yeah.
What if The Rock's a secret entrant in the Royal Rumble?
Well, that means you would have the first Royal Rumble in a while with CM Punk. You'll have Cody there. You're going to have everybody else there. You'll have The Rock, if that means The Rock will be in it. And you might even have a debuting MJF.
That's fucking wild.
That would be a Rumble to remember. And
plus you have Gunther that's still a badass.
Which reminds me, I gotta make sure I book off that weekend so I could take 4 days off and relax and just chill and watch the Rumble all weekend.
Yeah, I already got my nephew coming over.
Yeah,
to watch it. I started getting him into wrestling.
Good.
He's 14.
Right. That's good. All right. So
Doug, we'll be back.
Take us home with this.
Yes. So on the site on New Year's Day today, when we're recording this, you will have seen our top 10 wrestlers of the year. And I had a lot of fun doing that one.
It was a lot of fun. You guys, let us know how you feel about it. The more views you take, the more views you do of it, the more likely we're going to do more top 10s. I mean, we're going to do them anyway, but it'll give us more motivation to find and figure out more top 10s, like best female wrestlers of the year, best female wrestlers of all time, and just give us more ideas for things, guys. So let us know how you guys feel about
we could start bringing the top 10 special a week, I guess.
Absolutely. You know, it gives us something else to do, folks. The more content we bring to you, the better it is for you and the better it is for us. So guys, please let us know, man.
So we will be back on Thursday morning. We will have our run through, thanks to Andrew watching it.
Maybe even Wednesday night, who knows?
Yeah. Wow. The show will be uploaded Thursday morning.
Okay, fair enough. We'll probably talk Thursday night, Wednesday night.
But Yeah. So we'll be back with Dynamite, all the fallout from World's End,
Yep.
and
Should be an interesting Dynamite.
on that note, you can find the show everywhere except for Apple. Fuck Apple at this point.
They don't like us.
And uh, find us on social media, DA Sports Podcast on Instagram, DA Sports Pod on Twitter.
You know, the funny thing about Apple is too, like once if we ever become really big and all this stuff, they'd be sucking our dick to get on the show or get on them. Figure that one out. But anyway, continue. Go.
Find us on YouTube, DA Wrestling Podcast. He is A Purcell 1982 on Instagram, Andrew at DA Sports on TikTok, and
check that out, guys. We're doing
you're going to
you're
going to parenting classes in 2024.
Apparently, according to 2024, I'll be having parenting classes. With who I'm having a baby with is beyond me. I have no idea because I barely have a prospect right now. So what the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah,
like, it's totally ridiculous. Like, what are you talking? Like, really? With who? Am I gonna knock up somebody I don't want to knock up?
I
Fucking
am
hope
D
not.
Lions. I am D Lions 1991 on X, and we'll catch you down the road.
Vengardi Liviosa. Bye.